Welcome here to the state championship tournament. Finally, we're ready to go here. We are in Spanish Fork as Dennis Aldridge bringing you the action today. First game for us will be the South Summit High School and the Emery High Spartans. And we've had quite a day, folks. We're here early on, and the grounds crew has been working like crazy to get this thing ready to go. They deserve a round of applause to get any games at all in. 3 of the fields in the complex that we're in right now are still inactive, as they are still too wet to play on. They've had to move a lot of games to another complex nearby, but this one will go on its scheduled field. Again, it is Emery and South Summit, in this round of the 3A state championship softball tournament. South Summit comes in, number 3 team out of Region 13. They are 3-4 in league, 18-9 on the year. They have the number 4 RPI ranking as they come into this. And, of course, then the Emery Spartans, the number 5 RPI team. They come in as the number 2 seed out of Region 12, a 5-3 record and a 16-7 record overall. And again, it's the RPI, even though Emery is the number 2 seed out of their region and South Summit is the 3 seed. The RPI is the magic bullet, and South Summit has a higher RPI, even though they had a lower positioning in their region. That has to do with who you play and how you finish against key individuals and opponents, wins and losses and things like that. So we'll try and bring it to you as best we can. The officials are meeting at home plate with the coaches, and we'll get this going in just a moment. We'd like to mention, of course, sponsors helping to make this happen over Centricom, Channel 10. We appreciate Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, Sam Pete Steel in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Town and Country Home Mortgage in Nephi. We appreciate them, and also, and again, once again, Centricom making this happen for us and providing this end. And again, you want to see a beehive of activity. Centricom was all set up here with 4 stations, 4 cameras, and crews and everything, and they've had to rip it all down and hustle to the other park to put it all back together again. So a lot of work behind the scenes today to make this happen for you. South Summit will be the home team, and they will line up in this fashion. Emma Broadbent will be playing first base. Brooklyn Peacock will be at second base. Ellie Reedhead at third. Avery Snyder at shortstop. Emma Olson in left field. Malia Bowen in center field. And Cameron Chandler in right field. The battery mates are Indy Jones will be in the circle, and her battery mate, the catcher, Alyssa Sargent. They will line up in that order defensively. Offensively, we will lead off the game with Brooklyn Ecker, number 8. Will be the shortstop for Emery High School. And Brooklyn Ecker, with an average of .308 on the year. She has 2 home runs, a triple, 4 doubles, and 11 RBIs on the year. So even as a leadoff batter, she possesses some power, and we'll bring it. On deck will be Aspen Taylor, the first baseman, and the catcher, Tylee Norton, will be in the hole. So we're ready for first pitch here. Beautiful day now. It has a little bit cool, but it has dried up enough on this field. And again, I just can't say enough about the grounds crew getting these fields ready to go. So in the box, we have number 8, Brooklyn Ecker, the shortstop for Emery. First pitch is going to be inside. Hits her in the head. Good thing they got helmets on. She'll get a walk. So first pitch is a hit by pitch. And a base on balls. Puts the first runner on. 1 pitch, 1 runner on. Now the umpire asking her she's okay, and of course every young student athlete says I'm fine, even if they were passing out in the moment. But tough, she'll take it. That's why they've got helmets on. So runner on first. At bat, number 1, Aspen Taylor, the first baseman. Aspen Taylor with an average of 368 on the year. Again, some questions, the timeout here, something going on down the first baseline. But Aspen Taylor, again, with a 368 batting average. She also has a home run, a triple, and 6 doubles on the year, and 20 RBIs. So we'll see what she has to do. Again, the first baseman, next pitch, inside low, it looks like. Called strike. The delayed call, we talked about it, me and the scorekeeper here talked about it beforehand. We'll have to get used to that. It's a delay call. It's not changing your mind. So 0-1 the count. This appears to be outside and high, and I think we're going to be right this time. 1-1 the count to Aspen Taylor. On deck, Tylee Norton. And she will be followed in the hole by Cambry Jensen, the number 4 hitter. Pitch is outside, ball 2. That one I could call early. It was way out there. Can't bring you any scores to the other games because they're a long ways away. So this is a solitary game here in this facility. So 2-1 the count to Taylor. Another ball outside, 3-1 the count. Runner does not go. So 3-1 the count. The hitters count here. Taylor will step back in. Indy Jones, again, the pitcher for South Summit. Ooh, nice pitch. Took a little off of that one. Up in the zone a little bit to go full. 3-2 the count. Nice pitch there. So 3-2 the count to Taylor. Ecker at first base on the walk. Ball is laced to right field. It'll be foul out of play. Hits the screen and comes back. So the count remains 3-2 to Taylor. We'll have to keep you updated on what the times will be for subsequent games, too. We're just not sure with this late start how late we might be going tonight. You'll have to stay tuned to these stations to find that out. Pitch is high and outside ball, so that's a base on balls. Puts 2 runners on now, Taylor and Ecker. Ecker at second, Taylor at first. And Norton will come to bat. Tylee Norton, the catcher, will come to bat. Norton with a .522 average. Beautiful average at .522 for the number 3 hitter. And they'll have Cambry Jensen in the hole on deck, Hits a high one. It's going to go foul to the right side, out of play. So strike 1 on Tylee Norton. Again, 2 runners on walks. First batter was a hit by pitch. Second batter was a walk out of a 3-2 count. Jensen on deck, Olson in the hole, Norton at the plate. Ooh, nice pitch there. Took a little something off there to the pitcher Jones. That little changeup that she's throwing kind of flutters coming in there, and that's been a nice pitch to both this second and third batter here. 0-2 the count now to Norton. Foul ball back. Straight back to the plate. Remains 0-2 the count. Again, she does have that .522 average. She has 5 home runs on the season, a couple of triples and 4 doubles, 32 RBIs. So a very potent hitter here. Inside, they're going to get the inside pitch. The runner does go down third base to get the runner at third. So a punch-out, throw-out. It's a strikeout to Norton, and then Ecker trying to take third is caught running. So that's the second out, and the strikeout is the first out. So it's 2 down now. Taylor does go to second, but that's a good way to kind of get out of a jam there by South Summit, the punch-out, throw-out. And I'm not sure if the runner thought it was supposed to go or not, or a walk or what. The number 4 batter up now. First pitch is a swinging strike. Strike 1 to Jensen. So after the first 2 batters and the struggles by Jones with the first 2 batters, she's come alive here to the number 3 and 4 batter. Olson takes another pitch. Looks to be high ball. And looking for Olson's average. She has a .308 average with a couple of home runs there. Excuse me, this is Jensen. Excuse me. So ball 2, 2-1 the count. And Jensen has a .367. I misquoted earlier. This is Jensen with a .367 average and 5 home runs. Ball's in the dirt, 3-1. So I've jinxed the pitcher here now. I mentioned that she had started to throw really, really well after those first 2 batters, and now she Can't find the plate again. I apologize to her. So 3-1 the count. Runner at second base. 2 down in the inning. Ooh, nice pitch on the outside corner. And Jensen not able to catch up to that. So again, the count will go full with 2 away here in the top of the first. Full count to the batter, Jensen. Jones delivers, struck her out. So way to come back from a jam. As that's a strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the inning for the third out. And for Indy Jones, really, she struggled at times, but she came back strong with a couple of strikeouts to end the inning. So after the top half of 1, 0 the score, no hits. They had left a runner stranded with 2 strikeouts in the inning. We'll be back with in just a second with the bottom of the first.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on base.
Do you want to take commercials like that? I mean, they're quick, but.
First South Summit will have Bowen batting, Slider on deck, and Jones in the hole.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratories. Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Christ.
Number 3, and Bowen has a .461 average batting in the left hand. You often look for that slap out of the left-handers early in the. She hits the one straight away center field, but the center fielder right there, easy play for her. F8 there on the out for the first out of the inning, and that's Malia Bowen. And on to the plate now we'll have Avery Snyder, the shortstop, wearing number 2. Avery Snyder also with a nice average of .490 batting average, plays shortstop. In the circle for Emery is Madison Childs, the catcher Tylee Norton. First pitch going to be outside wide there to Snyder. Be a ball. Again, we're in the bottom of the first. A very, very late start. Bottom of the first. Hit sharply between shortstop and third. Goes to the outfield to the left fielder, Luke. When the throw comes in, bobbled a little bit, but the runner will not advance, so that's a single. First hit of the ball game by either team. Avery Snyder goes to first on the hit. That will bring Jones, Indy Jones, the pitcher, to the plate. On deck, Ellie Reedhead, and in the hole, Camry Chandler for the South Summit Wildcats. Again, Madison Childs in the circle. Pitch is be fouled off back to the right-hand side, strike 1. Going around the horn for Emery, Aspen Taylor at first, Cambry Jensen at second, Jamie Fox third, Brooklyn Ecker at shortstop. Again, Childs will deliver the pitch. Pitch is high, swung on, missed, strike. 2 strikes. 0-2 the count to Indy Jones. And the outfield for Emery, Brindley Luke, Madison Bunnell, and Tasia Olson. Pitch is going to be high. This time she'll let it go. That's the one she took last time and took a swing at it. Lets it go this time. It's a 1-2 count now to the number 3 hitter, Indy Jones. the pitcher for South Summit. Child sets, brings it way outside. Ball fakes the throw to first. 2-2 the count. One down as the leadoff hitter, Malia Bowen, flew out to center field. Avery John Snyder reaches on a hit, and Indy Jones at the plate. Hyde. It's going to be shallow. Center fielder comes in, takes the throw, goes back to first, not in time. The ball gets away, but nicely backed up there by the catcher, Norton. Well done there, as they took a shot at the player at first base, not able to get her. But Indy Jones, she will fly out to center field also for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Ellie Reedhead to the plate. She's the third baseman. Now there's a conversation about whether or not there was some interference, looks like. Coach asked for some, but the officials confer nothing going, so everything stays as it is. And that is Avery Snyder with the only hit of the ball game, standing at first base. And Ellie Reedhead coming to the plate, the number 4 hitter, Ellie Reedhead, with an average of .460. First pitch is a ball. The runner's not even attempting to go on these catchers. Bring the pitch a little bit high. Ball. I'd be a 2-ball. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. No score yet. Number 4 seed and the number 5 seed going at it here. South Summit, the home team, by virtue of that 4 seed. Another ball hit just over second base. It's going to be deep enough, though, the center fielder. So the center fielder gets all 3 putouts in this inning as she catches another one as Ellie Reedhead flies out to right center field for the third out of the inning. So as we said, the center fielder, Maddie Bundle, gets 3 putouts there in that inning. And no score in that, so leave one runner. And at the end of one, it's 0-0 here in Spanish Fork in this round of the 3A state tournament. We'll be right back.
JN Auto loves our customers and our community, so we have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local JN Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
Having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee shouldn't mean giving up all the things you love. Thankfully, Central Valley Medical Center's orthopedic team and Zimmer Biomet have a way to keep many patients moving. The new Rosa Knee robotic technology allows orthopedic surgeons Dr. Joel Holman and Dr. Chris Karish to personalize the approach to total knee replacement, providing a solution that works for you and your unique anatomy. Visit centralvalleymedicalcenter.com/Rosa or call and make an appointment 435-623-3200.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork. We now start the second inning here, top of the second. At the plate is Tasia Olson, and she takes a strike right to start off with. Strike one. Yeah, it wasn't a stroke, folks. I apologize for that. If you pay attention to what I say, I'll say a lot of things wrong. Strike 2, a swinging strike this time to Tasia Olson. So 0-2 the count here, and still in the pitcher's circle, Indy Jones throwing her second inning here. And Alyssa Sargent once again the catcher. Pitch a little bit high there, ball 1. 1-2 the count. Tasia Olson steps in that box with a .308 average. She does have 2 home runs on the season, but the .308 average. The pitch is going to be low and outside. She tried to frame it, but not able to get away with it there, so it's 2-2. Nice job there by Tylee Norton trying to frame that pitch for the umpire. Sometimes they need a little help. You got to help them out a little bit. Pitch outside. A nice breaking ball on the outside, just kept going, but a swing and a miss there by Tasia Olson for a strikeout now, as the pitcher now Jones starting to warm up. The last 3 batters are strikeouts. Foul, but as a result, it's the first base, a single. It's a single. So there's a debate up here in the box on whether it's a hit or an error. So I gave her a hit because the fielder fielded it cleanly and threw it to first, but wasn't able to get it to her in time. So to me, it was a hit. Check swing, foul ball to Ecker. Bases are loaded now, folks. Bases are loaded. Ecker on the first at bat took the first pitch off the noggin and got to walk. So we haven't seen her bat come around yet. But Ecker again with a 308 batting average. Runners on. Pops it up on the right-hand side. Do they have room? No, it'll go foul out of play. So 2 strikes on Brooklyn Ecker. But if they field it clean and can't make the play, that's a hit. Two strikes on the batter. Debate rages up here on whether there was a hit or an error. Swing and a miss, struck her out. A lot of emotion by the pitcher Jones as she's able to get the strikeout for the 3rd out of the inning with bases loaded. What a way to pitch out of a jam there. So after 1.5, the score remains 0-0, but some fireworks there in the second inning by the Emery Spartans. They leave 3 runners on, but they can't get anybody across. We'll be back with the bottom of the second here in just a moment.
Caring about the community in which we live is important to those at Intermountain Power Service Corporation. The Intermountain Power Project focuses on reliability, cost effectiveness, and being environmentally responsible as one of the best coal-based power plants in America. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local economy, schools, and community organizations. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta Millard and Juab high schools.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Our team works hard to shape the quality of life wherever we live and work. These values allow our team to be the go-to source for rural entities.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
We're back. Welcome back. Had a little bit of difficulty here technically. We appreciate Barrett Hilton and his work running back and forth between the fields as needed. Camry Chandler is at the plate, and her first pitch was a ball. Second pitch was a little flare that the catcher was not able to come up with in foul territory. So she remains alive with a 1-1 count here. Leadoff batter here in the second inning. She's batting in the number 5 position. A shot hard to the second baseman off her glove. That was a shot to second base. And this will create another discussion about errors. I'm giving the scorer a hard time. She's ready to hit me already. So a single there by Cameron Chandler. That is the first hit for the South Summit Lady Wildcats. She's corrected me, and it's just like at home. I get corrected quite often. That is the second hit by South Summit. And I see this discussion is going to rage on for 4 more innings. Yeah. First pitch now to the batter, Alyssa Sargent, called ball. So 1 ball with a runner at first base, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Pitch high and outside, ball 2. to Sargent. On deck is Emma Broadbent. Sargent with a 382 batting average in the plate. Swing and a miss. Oh, goes off the head of the catcher. Umpire's going to check. He's going to run the ball out. Has he got a problem with the delivery, or is he just giving the catcher a chance to clear the fog? I believe that's all it is, a chance for the catcher to. It went right off her helmet. And so giving her just a little bit of time there. Nicely done by the official. 2-1 the count to Sargent. As we mentioned, Broadbent in on deck and Peacock in the hole. Chandler at first base. Strike one. Strike two, excuse me. Again, it looked like it was low. We had to wait. 2-2 the count. Pitch going to be high. She checks the swing. Did she go around? And the other umpire says no way, so that'll be ball 3. Full count now with Chandler at first. Nobody out here. And see what happens on this. Pitcher Childs will take the signal, step onto the plate, and she will bring it. Looks to be low in the dirt inside. Ball 4. So that'll be a base on balls for Sargent. It will move Chandler to second base, and it will bring Broadbent to bat.
Sargent draws a walk. Chandler goes to second. Broadbent.
And Broadbent steps in with a 325 batting average. Has no home runs yet on the season. Comes in on the left side. We'll see if she uses the slap technique or hits it straight. Left-handers, they like to use that slap technique. Full swing. Fouls it straight back. Strike 1. So 0-1 the count. Again, runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And South Summit on a bit of a challenge here now. Down the left field line, out of play, no good. That'll be 2 strikes to count. Emery had bases loaded in the top half of the inning, but they did it with 2 outs. And then South Summit was able to pitch out of that. Now South Summit with a challenge here with 2 runners on, a runner in scoring position, and nobody out. His hit to the second base, but too big for her. Goes in the hole. Runner comes around third, throw coming to home. Oh, they cut it off. It was in time, but they cut it off. The runner going to third is going to be called out, but the pitcher was like 5 feet in front of the catcher, cut the ball off. It had time had it come through, I believe. So that we'll never know because it didn't happen. But on the hit by Broadbent, she's going to get an RBI on her hit. And then Sargent, trying to sneak out the extra base, is going to be thrown out at third base for the first out of the inning. Broadbent will stay at first, and into the box will be Peacock, Brooklyn Peacock, with Emma Olson on deck. Hit straight back to the pitcher. She turns and goes to second. Drops the play. They're going to say she lost the ball on the throw. There will be an argument on this one, I believe. It looked like from here that she may never have really had possession of that ball. And now they're going to discuss it between the 2 officials and ask for some help. They're still going to call her out and say it was on the exchange for the throw. So on the exchange for the throw, they're going to call Broadbent out. So that will be a 1-6 for the second out. And it'll put Brooklyn Peacock on base by a fielder's choice. No. Yeah. Now the runner went back to second base and they continued. Now they're going to call her safe. Well, we had her safe up here all along. Yeah. But it messed up my whole score sheet now, so that will not be an out. That will be. It leaves runners at first and second now on the fielder's choice, so that would have been actually not a fielder's choice, but an E6 there. Turns to bunt. Ball goes off the catcher's mitt. The runners will advance, so that's just as good as the bunt would have been. Puts runners at second and third now on the passed ball. So runners at second and third. That puts Peacock at second. And Broadbent at third.
Olson batting, Bowen on deck, Snyder in the hole.
Emma Olson is the batter right now, and Emma Olson with a .461 batting average. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So again, runners in scoring position at second and third. 1 run already across, 1 away in the inning. Goes inside off the catcher's mitt. Runner coming home. Throw is in time and out. Nice play by the catcher. Norton to Childs. Tag the runner coming home. Nicely done by those two. So that will be the second out as Broadbent coming home. So this is the second time we've had to call her out, but this time it's going to stick. So that's the second out of the inning. That puts Peacock at third base and Olson with a 1-2 count now. With a runner at third. 2 down in the inning now. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll be the end of the inning, but not before some damage is done. As South Summit gets on the board with 1 run in the inning. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back with the top of the third.
Castle Valley Orthodontics specializes in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models. It also offers interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centracom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centracom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.
I'm Annie Hatch, a registered nurse and the nurse manager for Women and Newborn Services here at Central Valley Medical Center. Our department is dedicated to provide an exceptional experience during this important time of your life. CVMC Labor and Delivery is where families are born. We pride ourselves in the fact that we are a small hospital and are able to provide you, your newborn, and your family personalized care throughout your labor, delivery, recovery, and postpartum stay. The CVMC prides itself in having specially trained nursing and medical staff to ensure that you have the best care and patient experience possible.
The teams went to the dugout except for the runner and the coach for South Summit. Now they've come back out and put the batter back in the batter's box and said it was not 3 strikes. So we're back at work. The ball's going to be popped up to shortstop and should be the 3rd out anyway. This time we think it's for sure the 3rd out. So it was not a strikeout. It was a fly to the shortstop for that 3rd out. As we stated before, at the end of 2 now officially, it is 1-0 in favor of South Summit as they strike there in that half of the inning. And anyway, at the end of 2, it's 1-0. I'll be right back.
1 left on base. End of 2, we have South Summit 1, Emery 0. The top of the 3rd.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back once again here to Spanish Fork Complex. And this is the third inning. We're going into the top of the three now. And Emery will come to bat. It'll be Aspen Taylor. Aspen Taylor, this is her second chance at the plate. First time up, she took a base on ball. And this time, first pitch is a swinging strike. Again, 1-0 here in the top of the third in favor of the South Summit Wildcats. And Aspen Taylor's second at bat. Indy Jones still in the circle for South Summit. Throws a nice pitch there. Swinging strike again. 0-2 the count here to Taylor off Jones. Taylor will step out of there. Step back in. 0-2 the count. Pitch outside, wide and high. Be ball one, 1-2 the count here. Jones has thrown a nice game. We mentioned again, they ended up with bases loaded last inning, and she throws a strikeout to the leadoff hitter to end the inning with bases loaded. Gutty performance there by Indy Jones. Foul straight back into the screen. Remain 1-2 the count. Again, we apologize for the confusion at the end of the second inning there. They called 3 strikes and an out and sent everybody to the dugouts. We went to commercial, and during the commercial, they put the teams back on the field because they said it wasn't actually a strikeout. So we apologize for leaving you there, but we were as confused as anybody else was at that moment. Ball called, 2-2 the count. Again, taking their time getting the calls coming in. They're bringing them in from the dugout. Foul ball back over the screen once again. Count remains 2-2. Again, we mentioned Aspen Taylor got a base on ball the first time at bat. And Aspen Taylor has a .368 batting average, we mentioned. So a good batter in the number 2 hole. A floater inside, maybe a little low. I believe ball 3 now, full count. So Taylor, after going down 0-2, has battled back here to a full count, fouled off a couple. And now she's at full count here, working the pitcher. She worked full count in the first inning, then took the walk. Fouls another one off. But she's done it again here, gone full count, fouls them off. Looking to do whatever she can to get on. Number 2 hitter. On deck is Tylee Norton, the catcher, followed by Cambry Jensen, the second baseman. So that's who's on deck, and then in the hole, Aspen Taylor once again steps in. Here we go. Pitch is in the dirt, so once again she works a walk, and this time she goes from an 0-2 count to a walk. So Aspen Taylor doing whatever she can to get on there. Good control of the bat, and good job working that to a full count, then a walk. So she gets on the second time in the game thus far, both times base on balls. Tylee Norton now steps in. She struck out the first time through on 3 straight pitches. So we'll see what she does this time with a runner on. So thus far, no one has attempted a steal in the hole. Inside corner, called strike. 2-2 the count. 2-2 the count, 2 away. Wild. Deuces Wild. 2-2, 2 away. In the third inning, 1-0 the score. Swing and a miss, strike 3, we think. Nope, looks like it's going to be strike 3. So a strikeout there for the third out of the inning. So after 2.5, it's still 1-0 in favor of South Summit. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the bottom of the third.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sam Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sampetesteel.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
Visit MaxPreps.com for stats, schedules, rosters, and more. Max Preps, America's source for high school sports.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork as we get ready now for the bottom of the third inning. South Summit batter up to the plate. Here would be the leadoff batter, Malia Bowen. And she'll take a low pitch, ball one.
Bowen batting.
First time up, she flew out to the center fielder. Pitch is going to be a called strike. 1-1 the count here to Malia Bowen. Again, South Summit with a one-run lead. They got one run in the second inning, bottom of the second, and lead the game 1-0 here in the third inning. Bowen batting from the left side. Hits the ball over the shortstop. This could drop in front of the left fielder coming in hard is able to take that one. Nice job by Brindley Luke there, coming hard on that play to make the running catch there in left field. So Bowen will be a fly out to left in this situation for the first out. It'll bring up Avery Snyder. And Avery Snyder reached on a single in the first inning. Pitch is inside, ball one. And she did get that single in the first inning, but was left there as the next two batters both flew out to center field. So she was left on first base. Pitch on that outside corner called strike. Nice pitch there by the pitcher, Madison Childs. Luke, Bunnell, and Olson in the outfield for the Emery Spartans. And Fox, Ecker, Jensen, and Taylor, the infielders. Ball hit sharply to second base, nicely fielded there across to first, so that's Jensen to Taylor for the put out there. Nicely done there by those two young ladies. So it's a 4-3 if you're scoring at home. Second out of the inning, that brings up Indy Jones, the pitcher. Indy Jones flew out to right center field also last time, a little bit to right center field, but nicely played out there by Bunnell. So it'll be two out, Jones at the plate. Pitch is going to be in the dirt, steps out of the way of it, ball one. A lot of cases they'll yell, take one for the team, but I don't think you want your pitcher taking one for the team, especially in the foot. The ones that aren't in danger of getting hit are always yelling, take one for the team. Hit hard by Jones. This could be, the left fielder gave up on that one early. That was way past the fans out there in left field. Indy Jones with the home run. Touch them all. Sometimes you'll see a fielder try and get back for a ball like that, but in that case, the left fielder knew immediately that ball was gone. She took two steps and watched it, and there's a row of fans out there about 30 feet beyond the fence, and it cleared them, went clear back in behind. So that ball was well hit by Indy Jones there. And Indy Jones on the year, look this up, she has, well, it doesn't show up. It wipes out the home runs. I'm sure she's got some home runs on the year. She is batting .500. Oh, and I'm informed by the scorekeeper that she has 15 home runs. So, yeah, she's got some power. And the minute that ball was hit, there was no doubt. So great job by Indy Jones. That puts South Summit up 2-0 on the ball game. Still 2 away. Ellie Reedhead comes to the plate. Fouls one back, Ellie Reedhead. Strike one. Ellie Reedhead in the first inning flew out to the center fielder, right center field. And second time at bat. See Reedhead with a 460 batting average. She does have 6 doubles and a triple. We don't have, on my info sheet, doesn't have the home runs, so. Strike 2 on Ellie Reedhead. Camry Chandler in the hole. Excuse me, on deck. On deck. It's Sargent in the hole. Dribble her down first baseline. Nice pitch up and high. She fights it off, but it's going to go to the first baseman, Taylor, and she'll take it unassisted. So that will be a 3U, unassisted for the 3rd out of the inning. So after 3, the score is 2-0 in favor of South Summit. We'll be back with the top of the 4th inning when we come back.
JN Auto loves our customers and our community, so we have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local JN Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
Having chronic knee pain from a worn-out knee shouldn't mean giving up all the things you love. Thankfully, Central Valley Medical Center's orthopedic team and Zimmer Biomet have a way to keep many patients moving. The new Rosa Knee robotic technology allows orthopedic surgeons Dr. Joel Holman and Dr. Chris Karish to personalize the approach to total knee replacement, providing a solution that works for you and your unique anatomy. Visit CentralValleyMedicalCenter.com/Rosa or call and make an appointment 435-623-3200.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork Complex here. Top of the fourth inning now, And it'll be Emery back to bat. It'll be Madison Childs, Jillian Fox, and Brindley Luke in this inning. Purses were loaded. And killed. Nice diving attempt by the second baseman, Peacock, but not able to come up with it. That'll be a hit by Jillian Fox, putting her at first base. So she's been on both times, once by a walk, now by a hit. That brings Brindley Luke to the plate. She got a single the first time up in that second inning. So runner at first, 1 away. Luke at the plate with a single thus far in the ball game. Puts a bunt, but it pops it up back to the screen, off the screen, so it'll drop to the ground. It'll be a strike. So Brindley Luke with the attempt at sacrifice bunt to move the runner over, but unable to do it. Pitch was a little high, and she popped it up back into the screen. She'll step back in the box, and Indy Jones will bring the pitch. Another bunt right back to the pitcher. Had time at second, did not go there. They do make the out at first base. Indy Jones actually had to wait for the second baseman to rotate over, but it was in time, and she made a nice play. So on the sacrifice by Luke, Fox is able to go to second base.
Luke moves Fox over to second, but now Cabano now batting Becker on deck.
So that will be the second out of the inning. Short pop up to third base, and that'll be caught by the third baseman. So that'll be the third out of the inning on a quick one pitch out there, and that'll be the end of the top half of the fourth after 3.5. It's 2-0 in favor of South Summit. We'll be right back.
Caring about the community in which we live is important to those at Intermountain Power Service Corporation. The Intermountain Power Project focuses on reliability, cost effectiveness, and being environmentally responsible as one of the best coal-based power plants in America. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local economy, schools, and community organizations. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta Millard and Juab high schools.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork. Again, we'll be the bottom of the fourth inning with South Summit leading 2-0. They will be at bat. Again, we mentioned Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, Sam Pete Steel in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Jones and DeMille Engineering, and Town and Country Home Mortgage in Nephi. Those people helping to make these broadcasts possible over the Centricom system out of Central Utah. We appreciate them, Centricom, and all that they do, and of course our sponsors. First pitch to Chandler is a swinging strike as Chandler is at the plate. She'll be followed by Sargent and Broadbent in the hole. Swinging strike, strike two to Chandler. First time up in the second inning, Chandler got a single and eventually came around to score the first run of the ball game. So 2-0 still the score, bottom of four. Whoa, ball outside, swinging strike, and that's the strikeout. Be the first out all there, but did it once earlier. Camry Jensen now with the 1-1 count. Tasia Olson on deck. One away in the inning. High and outside. Ball two. 2-1 the count now. Excuse me. Scorer's got me at 3-0, so I better take that back. So we got a 3-0 count. Umpire agrees with the scorer. Ball four. So base on balls, loads them up now for Tasia Olson with Madison Childs on deck. Now the officials are going to make a running change here possibly. So they're talking this over. Tasia Olson will come to the plate. Tasia Olson, 308 batting average. And they're discussing they've got a runner standing there. They can run and then re-enter. So looks like they're going to put a runner in. And I'm assuming I shouldn't assume anything, but it looks like Jensen's looking to come off, and she will. And the runner coming in, can't see a number yet, so we're not sure who's running. Somebody 427, but we didn't get the number 427. We apologize.
On first. Now batting is Olson.
So the bases are still loaded, and Olson is still the batter. That pitch is going to be on the outside corner for a call strike one. Yeah, we're still looking for a number. We'll get that. Pitch is going to be outside and high. Ball. It is number 3 on first base. And I don't have a Morgan Luke, excuse me.
The runner is number 3, Morgan Luke on first.
In the meantime, another strike has been thrown. 2 strikes now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away still, bases loaded for the Emery Spartans. See if Indy Jones can pitch out of the jam here again. Ball is hit to the right side, off the glove of the second baseman. 1 run is in, second runner is around. Throw to home is no good. It allows the runners to advance. So a base hit there by Olson will score 2 runs and tie this game up and moves the runner Luke to third base in place of Jensen. Antasia Olson stays at first, so it's a single, but it's 2 RBIs for Jensen. Olson, that was a heck of a hit there. Just off the outstretched glove of the diving second baseman, and goes into the right field for the base hit and scores 2 runs to tie this dude back up again. So now you got runners at second and third, and still just 1 out in the ball game. And it brings Madison Childs to the plate. She's flown out to left field, and she's flown out to shortstop and center field. First pitch down the middle by Indy Jones, strike 1. Well, you'd assume that with the 4th and 5th seeds it would be a tight ball game, and this one certainly has been. And now it's tied up here in the 5th. Ripped down into left field. It's going to score 1 run. Bobbles the ball in right field. Left field, so another run will score. So a nice single and an RBI by Childs. The second run will be basically, it's going to be an E6, be letting it score. E7 lets that one score. Nonetheless, it still scores. So it's 4-2 now, the score. A big inning here for Emery. Too excited. Let things settle down a little bit. The coaches are out talking just a little bit. We got another runner. So Childs was the hitter. They'll bring in a runner for the pitcher. That's right, speed up runner on. She's there. She's at first, yeah. But I'm not sure who it is again. Is it the same runner? Luke again? No. So Indy Jones now unable to pitch out of this jam here. She'll come here. It's going to be high, ball 1. Jalen Fox takes ball 1. Still got a runner at first, a speed up runner for Childs who got the single. Pitches high again, ball 2.
Callie Jensen as our speed up runner.
We're hearing number 25, Callie Jensen, the speed up runner for Childs. Pitch is going to be low, called strike, just like I said it was. 2-1's the count. Ball 3. So it seems like Indy Jones is just kind of letting the pressure get to her here. She's had pitched so well up until this part of this inning. She's now down 3-1 to Fox with a runner at first. Way outside, ball 4. So she'll draw a base on balls, will Jalen Fox, and that will move Callie Jensen in for Madison Childs to second base. 2 runners on, only 1 out still, and it brings Brindley Luke to the plate.
Bunnell on deck after in the hole.
And Bunnell on deck. So Luke, first time up, got a single. Second time up, she hit it to the pitcher who threw it out at first base. This time she'll get hit right on the knee. That's got to hurt. So she'll get the walk to first base on a hit by pitch. And that's just seems to be falling apart here for Indy Jones.
Luke gets hit by the pitch.
Going to call a timeout, and the coach is going to come out and talk to Indy because she seems to be struggling like not before. It's kind of falling apart for her here. They're in this 5th inning. They've got 4 runs across already. There's only 1 down in the inning. They've got the bases loaded again. And, the hits scored the runs, but really since then we're walks. There's trouble with walks and putting runners on. They're just trying to settle down Indy Jones a little bit there. They leave her on the circle. And now the 9th batter of the inning has come to the plate in the person of Maddie Bunnell. So Maddie Bunnell will be up. She has had a single in the 2nd inning. She flew out to the 3rd baseman in the 4th inning. So here she is in the 5th as the 9th batter of the inning. Only one down here. And the bases loaded once again. Swing and a miss. That was a nice pitch there. When Indy throws that little floater, it just seems to wiggle on the outside edge. You can see it fluttering a little bit. And that's a nice pitch that she throws there. Strike 1. So she'll take the signal. She's slowing down a little bit, just trying to take a little off. Pop up back here. Out of play. Strike 2 to Bunnell. Maddie Bunnell at the plate. She does have a single in the game. She also has a home run in the year, .344 batting average. I think they thought they had a strikeout there, but they're going to be a little bit high. So it's a 1 and 2. That might have been a little bit too close to take, but she did it and got away with it. So 1 and 2 the count. 1 away in the inning. Little pop foul going to drop. And it'll be 2 strikes on her now still. 1 and 2 still the count as she battles in there. Again, the bases are loaded. Emery has 4 across in the inning with bases loaded and only 1 away. So drama here in the 4th, 5th, top of the 5th. Ball's going to be high and outside. Ball 2. 2 and 2 the count. Official started yelling at the first base coach. He thought he was in trouble because he was a foot out of the box, but it was a ball on the field was the problem. So he thought he was in trouble for being outside that box. That box was never big enough for me when I was on first. There always had to be somewhere else you could go stand. Once again, we'll go back to play. 2 and 2 the count. Ball's going to be high. No, that's only 3, young lady. That's only 3. She's trying. You've heard of people trying to steal first base, and I think that's what she was trying to do right there, but it's already occupied. So it's a full count. Full count. Little lady was excited, thought she had an RBI on a walk, but she's going to have to stand back in there. Full count, 1 down, bases loaded, 4 across in the inning. Maddie Bunnell, center fielder. Takes a high one. This time she gets to go down to first, and it's a base on balls, and it's an RBI on a base on balls as it pushes Madison Childs in. That's what I said. I'm lost here now. But anyway, a run came in. Yeah, okay. Callie Jensen was running for Childs. That's where I messed up. Okay. So base is still loaded. Ball's hit sharply to second base. The runner comes home. Nice play at home for the force out at home. Nice play by the second baseman, Brooklyn Peacock. Knew exactly what to do with that. She was playing short for the play at home. Picks up the ball, throws it home for a force out at home. On Fox was thrown out at home. So 4-2, the second out. And Brooklyn Ecker reaches on a fielder's choice. Ball is hit high in the air. It's on the infield. Shortstop's coming in and makes the play. So Emery is South Summit able to get out of the inning, but not before a lot of damage is done, because they put 5 across in the inning to take the lead. 5-2 here at the top of the 5th. And we'll be right back with the bottom as South Summit now has some work to do. We'll be right back.
I'm Annie Hatch, a registered nurse and the nurse manager for Women and Newborn Services here at Central Valley Medical Center. Our department is dedicated to provide an exceptional experience during this important time of your life. CVMC Labor and Delivery is where families are born. We pride ourselves in the fact that we are a small hospital and are able to provide you, your newborn, and your family personalized care throughout your labor, delivery, recovery, and postpartum stay. CVMC prides itself in having specially trained nursing and medical staff to ensure that you have the best care and patient experience possible.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork. I've just been asked to let the folks know at home that there are some internet issues here, and with the way people put things together and had to tear them all apart because of the change of fields, it's no wonder, but we appreciate the help that we're getting. And if there's a little bit of static or mess up at home on the stream, we apologize. They're doing everything they can to keep this thing together here with the situation. We're at the bottom of the fifth inning here. Unfortunately, there's no excuse for me. But at the bottom of the fifth inning, Brooklyn Peacock comes up, and the first pitch laces a line drive over the second baseman for a single. Puts the lead runner on. She'll be followed by Emma Olson here. Emma Olson in the third inning flew out to the shortstop for the third out of the inning. So she comes up batting from the left-hand side. She'll be followed by Malia Bowen and Avery Snyder. Turns to bunt, outside ball, no swing, pulls it back, ball one. So Brooklyn Pace at first base is here in the bottom of the fifth. South Summit trailing 5-2. Bowen rips one past the shortstop. It's in the gap. It'll get one run in. Coming to third. Second run will stop at third. Runner will stop. But a huge hit there by Bowen to move the runners around and scores Brooklyn Peacock from second. And Emma Olson will hold up at third. Great hit there by Bowen, the leadoff batter. And she'll end up with a double on the play. So a double by her as an RBI. And runners at second and third now, and Avery Snyder will step into the box. Snyder has a single on the day. Rips one to shortstop. It's going to be short. Going to come home to make the play at home. Not in time. Safe at home. Throw back to third, and that's an out. But they get the runner in from third as Emma Olson is able to score from third. And then Malia Bowen trying to get to third base is thrown out for the first out of the inning. So, again, Emery didn't make all those plays, but they know what to do with the ball and immediately reacted well to make that throw back to third base, and even the attempt to throw it home shows some great things. Now, they're not even going to take a chance with Indy Jones. They won't even throw a pitch to her. They're going to put her on. I think the way she hit that last one, I don't blame them for that. So she'll get a walk. That'll put runners at first and second. And number 6 will come in to run for her. That's Mariah Bowen will come in to run for the pitcher, Indy Jones. I don't blame him for putting her on, folks. The way she hit that last ball, wow. The thing with walking her is it puts a runner in scoring position at second base, but that's still better than to throw a ball to that young lady. Bowen. Again, Mariah Bowen, number 6, is running for the pitcher. Again, you do get the speed up runner for pitcher and catcher. So it's a free runner. Same girl runs each time for them, or can. So it brings to the plate Ellie Reedhead. She's flown out to the center field, and she's dribbled one down the first base line with the first baseman took it and stepped on the bag. So 3 unassisted. So we have 1 out in the inning. Pitch is going to look to be a little bit low. Be ball 1 to Reedhead. As we mentioned, this is her 3rd time up, and she has not reached base successfully yet. Another ball called there. but her batting average on the year is .460, so be careful there. Pitch is high, ball. I believe we've got 3 ball called on right now. They do have a base to put her on, but you really don't want to walk that one over to, well, you never want to walk a player, but that was 3-0 the count. I believe we're going to get the outside corner call there. 3-1 the count to Reedhead. Cameron Chandler is on deck, and Alyssa Sargent is in the hole. If we get that far, 1 down in the inning. Reedhead with the 3-1 count. High and outside, that'll be a ball 4. So another base on balls. We'll load them up. That'll move Snyder to third base. And Bowen running for Jones at second base. And Reedhead with the walk at third base. So once again, the pitcher is going to, the coach is coming out. Looks like they're going to take the ball from Madison Childs and put somebody in to pitch for her. And I believe they move somebody from a field position in. Try and get that number for you. 27. They've moved in to pitch. And that is Camry Jensen's currently playing second base. She'll move now into pitch.
Camry Jensen moving from second to pitcher.
It looks like the pitcher Childs will stay in the ball game. I'm not sure where they're going to put her at this point in time. She's done a nice job. She may be headed to third or possibly first base. We'll see. It looks like the alignment they got out there now, she'd be first and then move Taylor possibly to second. So first pitching change that we've had. And Childs did give up the 2 runs. She's responsible for the 3 that are on base currently. Excuse me, she gave up 4 runs. And bases loaded currently, so the rows will all be attributed to her should they score. So we'll see how this goes. There's only 1 out in the inning, so South Summit took a blow when they gave up 5th in the top of the 5. But now they've come back with 2 of their own here and challenging with bases loaded and 1 away. So Childs will go to first base. And I believe Aspen Taylor has gone to second. So kind of a little bit of a musical chairs there on the right side. At bat is Cameron Chandler. Ball is hit into left field. It'll go down. 1 run will score. Throw comes in to shortstop. So 1 pitch, 1 hit. Cameron Chandler with the single to score the tying run by, Avery Snyder scores. And it moves Bowen running for Jones to third and Reedhead to second. So in the batting now is Sargent. Ball's hit to shortstop. Play goes to second, turns first, nothing there, run scores. So on a fielder's choice, Bowen for Indy Jones scores. And Reedhead will go to third, but Chandler will be thrown out at second. 6-4. And then Sargent will reach first on a fielder's choice. So we're runners at first and third now, 2 down. And looks like we're going to have a runner come in for Sargent, the catcher. So the runner's coming in number 21. And that is Taya Rose coming in. So all sorts of exciting stuff here. We had such a quick-moving game through 4 innings. This 5th inning's gone crazy. We'll blame it on Brennan Jackson. Where's he at?
Taya Rose is our speed up for Sargent on first.
So Emma Broadbent will be at the plate. She has a single, and she flew out to right field. Fouls one off hard down the right field line. It'll be out of play, foul. This is the 9th batter to the in the box to the plate this inning, the 9th batter. 4 runs have scored. South Summit has retaken the lead 6-5. Runner goes down. They make a throw, but the attempt was to try and pick off the runner at third, but nothing doing. And so Cameron Chandler will have a stolen base. Excuse me, that's Alyssa Sargent's runner. Will have the stolen base. Chandler was thrown out. Hit high to right field. It's going to be shallow. Coming in, and will make the catch. So that's a fly out to 9 again for the third out of the inning. But the damage has been done once again, folks, as South Summit scores 4 in the inning to get back on top, 6-5. So we'll be back in a minute with the 6th inning.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork. After a wild and woolly 5th inning, we went from a 2-0 game that was kind of being well played on both sides to a slugfest there in the 5th, as Emery ends up with 5 runs in the 5th, and then South Summit comes back in the bottom of the 5th and tallies 4 more runs to go back in the lead, 6-5. So a wild and woolly 5th inning. We'll see what happens here in the 6th. We'll start the 6th with Tylee Norton batting, followed by Cambry Jensen and Tasia Olson in the hole. Tylee Norton thus far 3 times to the plate. Hits a high one into left field. Left fielder's going back. They nearly collide. The ball drops out. It's on the field. Pick it up. Throw it to third. Going for and no throw at third. She's still on the bag, and she calls timeout. So nearly a collision in the center field. In fact, I thought they were going to collide. The confusion allowed the ball to drop in. And Tylee Norton goes all the way around to third base on the error in left center field. The right fielder's the one that put the glove on, but the ball came down and fell down, and by the time they picked it up, Tylee Norton was in third base. It came off the glove of the center fielder as she tried to make it in the gap, and it'll be right now Cambry Jensen at the plate with a chance to tie this game up. Ball call. And Cambry Jensen has struck out. She's flown out to the first baseman, and she's got a base on. 2 runs across in the inning. 7-6 the score, top of the 6th. Emery in control here at this point. Starts to swing, holds it back, called ball. So 1-1 the count here to Madison Childs. Again, she did have the hit. She flew out twice before that, but she got the big hit last inning for the 2 RBIs. Did a nice job in the circle, too, until that 5th inning. Hit right back up the middle. This will get a run across. Sharp hit. They're going to come home with the throw. They cut it off again. They'll go back to second. Not in time. That's twice they've kind of cut that ball off when it looked like they might have had a chance. Olson will score. Madison Childs now goes to second. And another RBI for her. Fox will be batting. Little cutter off the outside corner, call strike 1. Fox and Brindley Luke on deck. and Maddie Bunnell in the hole. Oh, nobody out here in the inning. Already got a couple of runs, 3 runs across in the inning. Ball's going to be called low ball. 2 balls to Jalen Fox. Jalen Fox. And the people at home, if we mispronounce it, please forgive me. Tried to get some pronunciations on some that we weren't sure of with the crowd beforehand. Should be 2 and 1. We're corrected. Now it's 2 and 2, right? So 2 and 2 the count to Jalen Fox. With Luke on deck. Nobody out in the inning. 3 runs across. Swing and a miss down low and inside. Swings at it, misses. Strikeout there by Fox for the first out of the inning. And we still have Childs at second base. Standing there hoping to score also. 8-6 the score. Ray Lind at the plate. She has reached on a fielder's single. First pitch is inside. She's reached on a single. She was thrown out in the 4th inning, and then reached by a hit by pitch base on balls in the 5th. Now here at bat in the 6th. Hits one deadened. And that will be 1-1 the count with 1 away. Maddie Bunnell, the number 9 hitter. Indy Jones still in the circle for South Summit. Ball's hit high in the air to the right side. Second baseman's going back, settles under it, makes the catch. So that'll be the second out of the inning as she flies out to the second baseman. It'll bring up Maddie Bunnell, the number 9 hitter.
Luke flies out to second baseman for the second out.
Maddie Bunnell has a single in the 2nd inning.
Now batting at
She flew out to the 3rd baseman in the 4th inning, and she had a base on balls in the 5th inning. So 2 down now. Runner at second base. Pitch is going to be high. Ball 1. 8-6 the score, top of the 6th here. Foul back, straight back, strike 1, 1-1 the count. Maddie Bunnell. On deck would be Brooklyn Ecker. By pitch in the 1st inning, has not been able to get on since. Did get on in the 6th inning at fielder's choice. Indy Jones floats one in there, called ball. 2 and 1. A little bit high, a little bit outside. Ball 3, 3 and 1. The count with 2 out. Ball's hit right down the right field line, but short of the first base, just foul. So it'll put the count at full with 2 away. Now normally with a full count, you want your runners to go if they're in a forced position, but at this situation, Childs is not in a forced situation, shouldn't be going on pitch. Going to say she jumped away from it, but the umpire is going to say it caught the corner, so that's a strikeout to end the inning. But again, not before down. 4 runs here in the top of the 6th inning to regain the lead. 8-6 here as we get ready for the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back in just a second.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
Welcome back here to Spanish Fork as we get ready now for the bottom of the 6th inning. As they're now behind once again. We got a couple of other scores for you if we can get them in here. Duchesne 9-1. 4th inning. First pitch to Brooklyn Peacock is a ball. Also, we had Parowan 4, Gunnison 1, top of the 4th. Carbon 0-0 with Grand. Swinging a foul ball there by Peacock. 1-1 the count now. Also a score update, Parowan 7, Gunnison 1 at the top of the 6th. And Gunnison, the seeded team there, I believe. So once again, she'll address the runner. The ball is batted again, foul. Just trying to throw some. Swing, and I pulled the string on that one. Did the pitcher there, Cambry Jensen, pulled the string and fooled the batter completely, swung right through that. And that'll be a strikeout there. First strikeout for Cambry Jensen as Brooklyn Peacock goes down on the strikeout. Again, Cambry Jensen came in relief of Madison Child in the last inning. And that's her first strike. Welcome back here. Again, technical difficulties. We appreciate those trying to keep us on. In the interim, we had a 3-run home run by Cambry Jensen of Emery. Hit it over the center field fence for a 3-run dinger there as she was able to score Aspen Taylor, Tylee Norton, and herself, which has broken this thing open a little bit. Now it's 11-6 here in the top of the 6th inning. 7th inning. Top of the 7th. So Tasia Olson is at the plate now with a 1-1 count, 1 down. And another called strike there. So Tasia Olson at the plate. And you mentioned the high school staff running all over the place. They're trying to get these fields back going. The ball is inside, and she just barely dodges that one, but they're running from field to field. When a field gets ready, they try and run and get people back on it. And also the people from Centricom trying to keep up with the games, running their equipment back and forth. It's quite a symphony up here to watch what's going on. And we appreciate all of those that are doing all they can to make it happen for us here and make this a pleasant tournament for the girls. Swinging strike by Tasia Olson. Madison Childs was on deck for Emery. Yes, South Summit struggling right now to get those outs. They've only got 1 in the inning. There's already 3 across by virtue of the Cambry Jensen blast there to score 3 runs. So 2 singles and a home run in the inning. Loses control of that, does Indy Jones. Yeah, it just looks to be a little bit of the shoulder slumping and a little bit of frustration on the part of South Summit here. So Indy Jones will approach. It's a full count now. Right down the middle, swing and a strike. I believe that's I've only got 2. The team is leaving the field. The umpire is bewildered too. Yeah, he calls them back. Yeah, we was right again. That's the 3rd time I'm telling the score. So that'll bring Madison Child to the plate. We've got 2 down in the inning and 3 across in the inning, and Madison Childs, the pitcher / first baseman, will come to bat. And she has a couple of hits in the game, both of them resulting in RBIs. She had a single in the 5th with 2 RBIs and a double in the 6th with 1 RBI. Previous to that, she'd flown out twice. Swing and a miss. Strike. So 2 strikes. High hit ball deep center field. Center fielder comes over. Collision between center and right, but the center fielder holds on. Grabbing her face. There's some contact up in the head area there, but that's a fly to center field. Yeah, taking that ball is Malia Bowen for the 3rd out of the inning. So it's down to the bottom of the 7th with South Summit trailing 6-11. We'll see what they do here in the bottom of the 7th. It's do or die time.
Top of the 7th for Emery.
Caring about the community in which we live is important to those at Intermountain Power Service Corporation. The Intermountain Power Project focuses on reliability, cost effectiveness, and being environmentally responsible as one of the best coal-based power plants in America. IPSC is a community-minded company that contributes to our local economy, schools, and community organizations. Intermountain Power Service Corporation strives for perfection and is honored to be actively involved with Delta Millard and Juab High Schools.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Welcome back here. Bottom of the 7th now. South Summit down by 5. Got to make something happen here. First pitch to Avery Snyder. Rips it down the right field line, foul. So we'll see where it goes from there as we try to put some things back in the books too as we're sitting here. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Snyder. They've got 3 outs to make something big happen here. Pitch is going to be outside and high. Ripped down the left field line, foul ball. So waiting for the ball to come back in. Ball comes in. So Avery Snyder now with a 1-2 count on her. Emery just looking to get outs any way they can. Ball is inside, hits the batter on the foot. So Avery Snyder will work away to first base as she's hit by the pitch. So she did her job. She's on base. She's on base with Indy Jones coming to bat. Will they pitch to her this time? They didn't last time. They put her on base with no pitches thrown. But they've got a bit of a cushion now with 11-6. They'll probably throw to her this time. You can't get an out if you walk them. So they'll pitch to her this time. Hits one back up the middle. Oh, great play Oh, but they say she beat the throw, but what a great play, diving catch by Brooklyn Ecker at shortstop, unable to get the ball up for the play, but she saved possibly an extra base with a great diving catch there. It's still a single to Jones, but what a play by that shortstop. Great job by Brooklyn Ecker. It'll bring to the plate now Ellie Reedhead. And she's reached on a base on balls in she's reached 1 out of 3 times. She got a base on balls in the 5th. And she needs to make something happen here in the number 4 batter. Ball is low. Nice dig by the catcher. Tylee Norton with a great dig back behind the plate there, doing a great job holding the runners on base. 1 ball to Reedhead. Slides one in there that time, does Camry Jensen. Nice job. Strike 1. 1-1 the count now. Pass ball inside. Pass throw to third is not in time, so the runners advance on the passed ball. Runners advanced on the passed ball, and that'll be a ball called to Ellie Reedhead. Cameron Chandler is on deck. Catcher Norton tries to frame that thing, but just a little too far outside, so it's 3-1. And we mentioned that Emery just has to get outs here, but they're not doing themselves any favor right here.
Yeah, I don't know how to change the score, though. That's the only problem. The score is off.
Digs down deep and hits one down the line, does Ellie Reedhead, to go full. And so full count, nobody out, 2 runners on. Bottom of the 7th, 6-11. In favor of Emery. South Summit trying to dig back. Taking signs is the pitcher, Jensen. She didn't like anything. She kept shaking off the calls from Tylee Norton. So the batter steps out. Now she'll step back in. Here comes the pitch. Rips down the third baseline. Foul. She's really getting around on it, but just the only thing that she might do there is hit the coach. Hope he can get out of the way in time. Still full count, nobody out here. Now this is a base hit into left field, down the line. 1 run is scored. The coach going to hold the other runner up. So it'll be a single by Reedhead. Does her job as she gets the single and the RBI. So that's first 3 batters have done their job. Base on ball, a single, 1 run across. Runner at first and third now are the runners. First and third, the runners. And Camry Chandler comes to the plate. She has a single in her last at-bat. She had a single in her first at-bat and scored. And then she had a strikeout in her middle bat, the second bat of the game. So little conference at the mound here. They're still going to leave Camry Jensen at the pitcher's circle. She'll be throwing to Cameron Chandler. On deck is Alyssa Sargent. And in the hole is Emma Broadbent. Again, they're down by 4. They need 4 more. They got 2 runners on. Ripped into left field again. It's going to gets over and cuts it off, but a run will score. But another sharp hit by Camry Chandler. And she'll drive in an RBI. And it'll score Indy Jones from third base. Moves Ellie Reedhead to second base. So 3 crisp singles in a row here for South Summit as they continue to battle. It's now 11-8, a 3-run deficit for South Summit, but nobody out in the inning and 2 runners on. Low and inside, ball 1. as we mentioned, the first 4 innings of this ball game were just kind of not lazy, but just kind of a quiet little ball game, couple of runs for South Summit. But the 5th, 6th, and 7th has really gotten going. Shot down third base, it's going to be foul. But it really has broken open here with a crazy game here in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings of this ball game. Right now, again, Emery in the lead with 11-8, but South Summit already has 2 runs across in the inning, and they have 2 runners on and nobody out. So Elisa Sargent looking to make some more noise here. Pitches outside. Ball 2 I have. 2-1. The count. On deck is Broadbent and Peacock in the hole. So got a runner hung up. Nice job by the little catcher. Knocked it down in time. Did Kylie Norton so that it didn't get past her. Able to keep the runners from advancing. But it's a 3-1 count now. Lets that one go. Takes a pitch there. It's 3-2 now. I believe full count. Here we go. Full count. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Hits a high fly in a deep. This could be out of here, folks. It's out. A home run to tie the ball game.
Home run by Alyssa Sargent to
Wow.
tie up the game, 11-11.
We mentioned that there have been.
Peacock on deck, Olsen in the hole.
We mentioned there's been some fireworks in the ball game, and that they just continue. It's 11-11 with a 3-run home run by Alyssa Sargent. Alyssa Sargent on the year. I don't have their home run figures, but Alyssa Sargent with a 379 average, and she just electrifies the crowd there. And the thing for Emery to worry about here is there's nobody out yet. So they've seen their 5-run lead evaporate, and really it's not like they've had chances for outs because they really haven't. These have been sharp singles. You had a base on balls, and you had a single, home run. And they've been sharply hit balls. It's not like they haven't had chances, that they have had chances. They really haven't. South Summit has done a good job hitting the ball. So nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. It's an 11-11 tie. I'm told that young lady that just hit the home run, Alyssa Sargent, that is her first home run of the year. And if you're going to find a time to hit a home run, that was it. Now a dribbler to the shortstop for the left-hander. She's going to get there in time, though. I believe she got there in time, and she did. That's hard with a left-hander when the ball is a dribbler to shortstop. She made a clean play. She came up hard with the throw, but when you got a left-hander going down the line like that, it's pretty tough. She flew down the line and was able to beat that out. So another single. And that's the only hit of this inning that wasn't a sharply hit ball. So Emma Broadbent is going to have a runner come in for her, number 21, Taya Rose. Is going to be running for her, for Emma Broadbent. Yeah. So Rose comes in to run, get some speed on the bases, although I thought she's awful fast going down the line. Emma Broadbent was from the left-hand position. It brings to the plate number 4, Brooklyn Peacock. And Brooklyn thus far in the game has reached on a fielder's choice. She's got a single, and she struck out. So she's 1 for 3, but she's been on base 2 times now. Again, nobody out. Score tied, bottom of the 7th. Ball's hit the shortstop. Up with it. Drops the ball. Oh, she's made some great plays in the ball game as she just drops that one, getting ready to throw it, and she drops it, and she's heartsick right now. So that will have to go down as an E there, I'm afraid, that one.
The shortstop allows Peacock to reach base. Olsen now batting, Bowen on deck, Snyder in the hole.
And I mentioned that Ecker has made some tremendous plays, including the diving catch that saved bases, and just dropped that one out of her mid as she starts to make the change. Squares to bunt, does the batter, Olsen. Misses it. It's called strike one. Attempt to move the runners around with a bunt here. See if they do it again. She presents, puts the ball down. It's going to be foul ball. Great play by the catcher to go to first. That was her only play, but the ball rolled foul, so it'll be a foul ball. Strike two. Now let's just see what she does, whether they put her in bunt again or whether they let her swing away. Last time she tried to bunt, and then she got hit by a pitch. So we'll see what happens here with her. Pitch is high. Ball one. Excuse me, she did not bunt. She hit it to third base last time and was thrown out at first after she tried to bunt twice. See what she does here. Swing and a miss. Strike three. But she can't go to first even though the ball was dropped because first is occupied with less than two down. So that's a strikeout. First out of the inning. So, it's getting wild and woolly again. We'll bring Malia Bowen to the line. Excuse me, not to the line, but, well, there is a line out there, but it's the wrong kind of line. Bowen takes one inside, called strike. One away, bottom of the seventh. 7-7 the score, 11-11 the score, 5 runs in the inning for South Summit with a runner at first and second. Ball is hit on the ground to shortstop. She comes up with it, misses the throw to second base, and the run will come in and score. That's a ball game on an error. Yep, unfortunately for, again, the shortstop who's had a great game in my estimation, but this inning was not kind to her. And it's going to be an error, and it's going to allow the run in Emma Broadbent to score, and that will be the ball game as South Summit scores 6 runs in the inning to take the lead and win the ball game. 12-11 here in the bottom of the 7th, and I feel terrible for the shortstop there, Ecker, because she's had a tremendous game, but this inning with a couple of errors was not kind to her, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So South Summit will move ahead in the winner's bracket. Emery will come back in the loser side and have a chance to come back through. I wish them the best of luck. But South Summit will advance here in the winner's circle, so congratulations to them. So we'll sign off here and prepare for the next ball game, which will come up shortly.
Our team works hard to shape the quality of life wherever we live and work. These values allow our team to be the go-to source for rural entities.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
Castle Valley Orthodontics specializes in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models. It also offers interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody at Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
I'm a mom raising 4 kids, so I know what you're dealing with. Distractions during homework time, faces buried in devices at dinner, not to mention the tug of war to pry devices away from my kids when it's time to go to bed. So I looked everywhere to find a system that could help me with everything I need. A system I can trust. And I found it. It's called CentraGuard by Centracom. You can get started with taking back the internet by visiting Centracom.com right now. CentraGuard. Better family internet.